We started early this season trapping and trying to remove predators from our property so that we could up our population of turkeys. Well, hey there, and welcome back to Peaks Peak. My name's Lucas, and we are sharing our outdoor adventures on 38 acres in eastern Kentucky. And today I'm headed in to replace a trail camera. So, deep in the thickest part of our woods where we get the most action, I've got an old SD card trail camera that I have not checked for months. So I have no idea what's been going on down here. And I want to fix that. Not only do I want to check the camera today and see what we have on it, but I want to fix it so that I will always know what's traveling through this area. And if you follow our channel, you've already seen that we've been testing the GardePro X60 camera, and I was so happy with it, so thrilled with the performance of that camera. I decided that we really needed to get in here and put a cellular data camera in this part of our property so that we can get that same performance down here. And it just so happens that GardePro has put out a new camera that they're running a great deal on right now called the X66 Pro. And it's supposed to be even a step up from the one that we've been testing. And I've been thrilled with the one we've been testing. So we're gonna try this one out now. Now, until we started working with GardePro, I've been using these old Tasco SD card style cameras. And they work okay for what they are. They'll capture pictures, but they can be somewhat of a pain because you have to come in and physically remove the SD card to read it. And you don't want to walk into the areas that you're trying to preserve for hunting any more than you have to. So in order to get your information, you've got to come into the spot. And my first attempt at trying to go with a cellular data camera was with the Moultrie Edge cameras. And what I found with those is that the data plan is simply not affordable for what you get. At least the model that we had. There was no live streaming option. You had to wait for it to cycle. I was always a day behind in getting the information, and I feel like that defeats the purpose, especially when you're paying more than $10 a month to get data on one camera. Well, we got two cameras. So we were paying for the plan that we had over $20 a month, and I just never was happy with the performance. And so after a couple of months, I said, well, I think I'd rather just lose the $100 I spent on the cameras and scrap this idea. So I took those cameras out of service, and we talked to GardePro, and they set us up with that X60, and we've been using it for several months now. And I've been thoroughly impressed with the performance of that camera and the affordability of the data plan, because you can get an adequate number of pictures and live streaming minutes for like $67 a year, like, you know, $7 or $8 a month. And you can also add cameras to that plan for half price, and you can share all of the pictures and everything with your buddies free of charge. So there are lots of options that they have that just aren't out there on that Moultrie plan. Okay, now here's one of the features that I really love about these cameras is you can get this solar panel, which has a pretty long cord. I mean, I'm like 15 feet away from the camera to get out here where the sun will actually hit it and charge my lithium-ion batteries. You can also get replacement lithium-ion batteries, and the same replacement battery that fits the X60 also fits this new X66 Pro, so that's handy. I have an extra battery I can swap out for times when I'm not getting enough sunlight, but so far, since I put the X60 Pro out, I have not had to change the battery. It has stayed pretty much completely full, even during rainy periods. So I've been really satisfied with battery life, and I love the fact that I don't have to go to the dollar store and buy AA batteries all the time. Now, this location here is actually probably nearest my property line and the easiest to access if someone was to be trespassing on my property. Basically, if they come into my property, they would have to come past this camera. Now, I like this for two reasons. One, this is going to trigger and send me a picture immediately if someone walks past it. But also, it has GPS tracking on the camera itself. So if someone were to steal this camera, it would be useless to them because it is already tied to my account, and it would immediately send me their GPS location of where the camera is. So if somebody wants to find themselves in trouble, steal a GardePro camera and they'll track you down. But on top of that, if you're anything like me, sometimes you forget where you put your cameras, and you can actually pull it up on a map and see where your camera is located. That way you can walk right to it. That's handy. It also takes really high resolution photos and video footage, not to mention the data networks on this. You're not limited to just your normal cell phone provider. So if you use AT&T, but the only service in the area where you're hunting is T-Mobile or Verizon, well, this camera's going to find whatever signal is available and send your pictures to you anyway. So they use all of the major networks and get you the data that you need. So that has worked really well for me too. These cameras can also be used traditionally. So that was one of the complaints I had about my Moultrie Edge cameras, is if I didn't pay the 10 or 12 bucks a month for a data plan, I couldn't use the camera. It was worthless. So I spent 100 bucks on those two cameras and I can't even use them. But on this, if I have slow months where I don't want to be paying for a data plan when there's nothing happening on my property, I don't have to. I can have my SD card in here and it will store the photos just like a traditional trail camera. And you can come and remove that SD card and check it on your phone, or you can plug a USB-C cord into this camera and download them directly to your phone and view them right there. Not to mention, if you want previews, well, you have an LCD screen right here that will allow you to play back your pictures. So I can see myself recording a video right now. We put it back in take picture mode and it's off to the races. Now in your app, when it instantly notifies you that it's taken a picture or a video, it will send you that immediately to the app. You don't have to wait until the next day or 12 hours later when it cycles. It will send you that right away. Now the video will be a low resolution preview of the video. And if you want the HD version, rather than using up your data on videos that don't matter, it will allow you to choose if you want to download the HD version. And then you can set it to send that to you, and in the next cycle it will send you the HD version of that video. But let's say you get a video and it's low resolution and you want to know what's going on right in the moment. All you have to do is click a button on your app and it will pull up a live stream from this camera so that you can see what's going on right now in front of your camera. And it works great. I really believe this GardePro X66 Pro camera is one of the best deals on the market right now. And that's why I wanted one. They have great performance and great options at an affordable price. And that's what I'm all about. And I can tell you, if you follow our channel, we started early this season trapping and trying to remove predators from our property so that we could up our population of turkeys. And we got raccoons and possums out of here. We were trying to catch bobcats and coyotes, but we've got most of those run off of the property now if we didn't trap them. That is evidenced by what we saw on our GardePro cameras just the other day. We got video of a little turkey mama and her babies walking past the camera. And that's exactly what I wanted to see. And with these cameras, we can actually capture that and know what's happening on our property and know that we're making the right decisions to manage our property so that we'll have some good hunting when the season rolls around. So guys, listen, I'll put links in the description so that you can go to the GardePro website and check them out for yourself. And if you're interested, then you can decide on which model and what accessories are right for you. I want to thank GardePro for working with Peaks Peak Outdoors and helping us to make our dreams come true on our property here in Eastern Kentucky. Until next time, be sure and get outside and enjoy God's creation because it's beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.